Hi everybody, my name is Lynn Ismael and welcome to my channel. It is May 24th, also known as Victoria Day weekend here in Canada, and that means it's officially gardening season. So I'm just gonna do a walkabout this morning. It's just right after 8 o'clock, and I'll go around, see what the garden looks like, show you what they look like. It looks like, not they. And then at the same time, I'll make mental notes in my head. Oh, this is my hori knife. I'll make mental notes in my head on what needs to be done, because there's lots to be done. So this is my shed. Tons of things that needs to be cleaned up over there. But I'm hoping that, well, maybe this is the lazy route, but I want to plant something in here, a square of some sort that can climb up, or maybe a little tree or a bush of some sort, just so when somebody's standing where I am, they won't see right through the mess that I have in the back. But it should be slim enough that I can still have access to the back. So perhaps a vine that's quick. Well, I would have to build a trellis. Anyway, I have to build something over here to block that part. But this is my dry bed, and this is a gardenia daffodil. They're just about to finish blooming, but they're multi-flowered, and I think they pretty much doubled from last year. So I'm quite pleased about them, and I will definitely be ordering more for the fall, for fall planting. This one, I'm not sure what they are. I seeded wildflower seed mix last year. And I didn't notice them popping up, either because they needed some stratification to germinate, or the rabbits ate them before I even realized that they were there. But looks like they're about to bud. I don't know what you are. We'll find out. But I do have my verbascums. I think they're silver lining verbascum because, well, not because, that's what they're called. Most likely because they have fuzzy leaves and they look silver when they're dry. It just rained right now, so, but it's supposed to give us tall spikes of yellow flowers at some point in the summer. And then I think this is some type of dianthus, some yarrow. I think this is alfalfa. Don't know, but I'll just leave it there because it's a nitrogen fixing plant, although I'm not sure why the rabbits haven't eaten them yet. Got some armerias that I planted last year. Rabbits haven't eaten them yet. The common name is thrift. I thought they'd be bigger, but I saw them everywhere in Ireland, the coast. So it's a little reminder of that little trip. What else? I have a salvia right here that I started from seed. It's getting overshadowed by the verbascum right now, but hopefully, oh, there's a little bud there. You see that? No, you don't. There's this, it's a little flower forming. The Dutch irises chugging along. Looks like there's some new growth, even though they've been chopped by either a rabbit or a groundhog. Lots of creeping Charlie. I mean, they're weeds, but I don't mind. I don't mind it in this spot because it's keeping the soil covered, which means microbes alive. And then over here, I planted some sedum, just ground cover sedum, see if they thrive. I have some alliums that are just budded up. Not sure what variety it is. Again, I'll have to go back and look at my notes, but they're coming along okay. This one I don't remember. Looks like a nut, some form of a nodding onion. Don't know. I have some poppies here. They kind of like a hybrid winter sowing. Obviously I didn't thin it. And I don't know if this is Phlomis. It's a type of leaf that I've never seen before. So maybe it is. But the other ones come up empty. So I don't think the ones from Gelito germinate at all. All I have there is a bindweed. Some Joyce Spirit daffodils. And I have to deadhead a few more over here. So I'll need to deadhead them before they start seeding, because then the plant will concentrate on forming a seed instead of building up the bulb for next year's show. Managed to grow one bloom from my, what's this called? Spice Baby Viburnum. I guess the rabbits ate the bottom. It's good that it's still alive, but I'm gonna keep it caged for now until they're a bit more mature. Peonies I got from last year have come up, doing great. Do have some buds. Not sure if I should let it flower this year or cut them. Apparently, if you disbud them and wait for, if you disbud them now, they'll concentrate on building more roots. So in the next 5 years, you'll have more blooms. But then I also heard that if you let it bloom, just cut it and maintain as much of the leaves as possible. So that way you still have enough leaves to create that energy for more roots. So I'll have to figure out what I want to do. In here is the second Spice Baby Viburnum. So note to self, I have to take this weed out and clear out that weed over there. It's full of creeping Charlie and some potentilia, I think. Some weedy potentilia. Weed or allium. I've got 3. It's coming along. Probably sometime in June they'll start blooming. But who knows? Yeah, sometime in June. This is the fence garden bed. I got some arches or arbors that I got similar to that one, but it's got a gate. So that'll be a project for this weekend. Got an arbor with a gate because right now I'm doing this to have access to the back. And you know, they're tangled. Ugh. Can't do this with one hand. What the heck? How did that happen? Hold on. Got that done. Oh, that's the bigger. Okay, there you go. So, for now, that's what I'm doing. But once I have an arch with a gate, then it'll be easier for me to go back and forth without having to deal with this thing here. Hey, oh, what happened here? What are you? Ah, Jesus! Did you see that? That was a big worm. These are my stalks. Probably that one's back up. Okay. So this is an Amsonia, and that's a weed. May as well take that out while I'm here. Can't really do it with my left hand properly. Oh, okay, so that's not too bad. I planted tons of calendula, or not tons, a few calendulas here, and they've still seeded themselves. So I'll keep some, and the other ones I'll just find a spot somewhere in the garden, because they do look pretty and they're great for pollinators. Like another weed. And another weed right here, I think. There you go. Anyway, I do have, Nepeta that I started from seed. I forget what variety they are. And that's the Natia Macedonia that my friend Jane gave me last year. Southern Charm Verbascum, and tons of stock. More Nepeta that has some weed intertwined. I need to clean that up. Got to trim this grass here. This is just like a pot where I put all the weeded material. I'll empty it out at some point. The other Amsonia, forget what variety it is, but this is another Nepeta, and I think this is maybe it's a bachelor button. More calendula that's all seeded. Iceland poppy. Forget what you are. I grew this from seed, because you see the soil block right there. And might be, what are you now? Some type of an umbel. You could be dill. No, you're not dill. I'm not sure now. Some type of, from the carrot family anyway. Solidago. Should probably don't want you there. So I'm gonna, did I plant you? No, I didn't plant you. I like Solidago, but not everywhere. This is some type of yarrow. It's a different type of yarrow. It's in the Achillea family. I think it's called Double Diamond. It's got white blooms that look like feverfew. And they're quite vigorous. So I'll divide them in the fall. Get some penstemon, those two, the red ones. I have Agastaki. I think it's a red or rose mint variety. It's supposed to be zone 7, but we're in zone 6, although we did have some mild winter. So that's why it survived this year. Don't know what this is. This green one. I think that's a weed. Is it a weed? I think it's a weed. Let me pull that down. I don't mind all this clover. Let them do what they need to do. They cover the ground. keep it moist. I do have a lot of dandelions that need to be weeded out, so that's a mental note for me. And my ginger wine lime bark. So right now I have 2 ginger wine lime bark. This one and another one over there. Let's see if I can focus. See that? So, and I'm thinking that maybe I should put one right here, just to give a nice nice 3 composition, triangular composition. I got some Gora, and this could be dill that self-seeded themselves. So there's tons of them. It could also be cosmos, but it hasn't been that warm yet for them to germinate. So I'm thinking they're dill, which is good because I haven't planted a lot of dill. Anyway, this is, yeah, like I was saying, this is Gora or Gora. I got 2 here and another one over there. And I have some of the achilles, different types of achilles. Just plump. What's the right word? Plunked? Anyway, I planted them on different spots just to create some continuous drift. I think this is a self-seeded feverfew, but these ones have perennialized pretty well. The stems are starting to get tall. No buds yet, but soon. And I got more over there. Several buds on my Ito peony. I think this, if I remember it correctly, it's the All That Jazz Ito peony. And it's a combination of kind of pink with some burgundy variegation when the flower comes. So sometime in June. So there's several here. 2, 3. All right, so we're gonna have a show of peony this year. So exciting! My Westerland rose is climbing up very well. This one has done better than that one. Don't really know why. I plant them the same time, but this was the same spot that I had the Ami last year, so I think it took a lot of sun, or it shaded it quite a bit compared to its sister in front of it. So I only planted violas over here just to keep the vegetation low and give this rose a chance to get bigger and catch up. Maybe we'll have some blooms on this rose. The other one did, but this one didn't bloom last year. I'm hoping these violas get bigger, so I'll have to deadhead them so they keep on blooming and they keep growing, because I want pansies and violas as cut flowers this year, and that's not gonna cut it. I mean, the size is not gonna cut it. Self-seeded, maybe I should cut this. Yeah, you're pretty, but I don't need you. It's a self-seeded sweet pea. I mean, I could just let it grow, I suppose, and make a trellis for here, but then I don't have access. Oh well. I have the whole weekend to decide. Look at that. My cerinthes are blooming. Very nice. And then my sweet williams are budding up. Well, that one is. Don't know what you are doing. You're not doing your job, buddy. Or maybe you are. Are you? Not just yet. And few more sweet williams right here. There's more there, and more over there. So pretty soon I'll have some sweet williams. I'm hopeful that this year I'll be able to harvest some ranunculus. The thing with these is that they will go dormant once the temperature go above 23 consistently, 23 Celsius. So it's a tricky crop for sure, but I think because the garden is close to Lake Huron, it's very close to Lake Huron, that we will stay cooler longer than the ones inland. And the cooler this climate remains, the longer this will have a chance to grow some buds. And the longer it stays cooler, then the more buds it will produce. So cross my fingers. No, can't even focus. There, I'm crossing my fingers. Bottom of this arbor, I got some Achillea growing and some different types of Scabiosis. And I need to weed them out. I'll do that later. But yeah. Are they starting to bud? Something ate you. Oh jeez, something ate you. Oh well. They're okay. Things are gonna be okay. And all of these seedlings are few. They've pretty much self-seeded themselves. Self-seeded Nigellas. That's good because I didn't grow them from seed this year. And self-seeded cress. And there's tons of them. This one is Schizamenthus or something like that. But it's a poor man's orchid. You could get bigger, you know. You don't have to bloom short. So how am I gonna deal with you? I suppose I'll just deadhead them. I thought they should really go bigger, but they're kind of short. This is a snapdragon that's really short. It's not usually how these guys work, but for some reason it started blooming short, so I would have to cut it down really low for them to have bigger growth. Some Ami, and I didn't realize that when I planted them that I had salvia, perennial salvias on the bed. So now they're all intertwined together. Some dill, and I think this is a weed, so I will dig you out. There. Oh, that was easy. I'm hoping this is an Orlea, because I direct seeded Orlea in the fall last year. But there was also a Dara that was in the same vicinity. So could be one of those. Oh, but it has a bud now. You see that? So maybe it is Orlea, because Daras don't look like that. Yay! I have an Orlea. 3 Orleas. You know, you guys can get taller, you know. But I'm just glad you guys are alive. And a cornflower. It's a pretty different cornflower. Oh no, you're not. You're a type of a cornflower. You are a sultana. No, Sultanas raisin. I don't know anymore. I'll have to go back to my notes and figure out what you are. But I'm hoping you're not just like a one time cut. But you do have. Wait, maybe you are a bachelor button. But why are you so skinny? Anyway, Polymonium, Jacob's Ladder. I started them. I winter sowed them from last year. And I didn't realize I had several of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clumps. I'm not complaining. They look pretty. And I think this is the variety that has purple leaves. Either that or they're just cold. And phosphorus is not getting into their system. But there's got buds coming. Come on, focus camera. There's buds forming somewhere. That's some. And these are campanulas. Not the invasive type, as far as I know. And I think this is the Pritchard's variety. Over here is a Lavandula lavatera that I started from seed and self-seeded calendulas. And over here is a grass called Luzula nivea. It likes to be in the shade, so that's why I picked the spot for it. And hopefully it likes it here, because it's supposed to be a pretty grass. Foxgloves I seeded I planted last year or in the fall, and this one is a delphinium. 1 and 2 right there. I have some columbines, Aquilegia. Don't remember the variety, but they're trudging along. Forgot the name of this plant, but it's supposed to have yellow blooms. It kind of has the same form as Aquilegia, but just in terms of it's got tall flowers above the foliage. But this isn't Aquilegia. I think this is it's supposed to have a blue flowers, but that's not blue. The clematis I need to stake today, or at least you need to be staked. Some bachelor buttons. I think this is the blue boy, and the other one right here is the red boy. Poppies that self-seeded themselves, and I think that is a weed. Several varieties of Rudbeckia. They're growing along just fine, but don't know what happened. Oh, something ate you. Something ate you. Just can't figure out what though. Those are my what are you? Limonium. Status. I got some status right here. The status, some of them are ready to get going. And my limelight hydrangea, I haven't had the chance to prune it yet, so I'll have to clean up those dead little twigs there, make it prettier, or at least clean it up a bit. Got several looks like bachelor buttons that self-seeded. Let's see if my plant identification skill is correct. Anyway, got my my overwintered snapdragons here. They're doing along okay. Axa is supposed to be edible, but I'm growing it for the seed heads. Maybe I'll try it this weekend. What it tastes like. It's supposed to taste like spinach. Stalks are not doing as well as the ones on the other bed. So I don't know what's the deal with that. Probably have to give it a little bit of help. But these ones in the containers are doing great. Nice epiglosis, some cress, and more atraxa right there. And my Lelatera is doing pretty well. The primulas that my friend Jane gave me last summer has started blooming. Here I have some calendulas and saponaria, Chinese forget-me-nots. Got some carrots. Yeah, I think a rabbit came in here. How did they get in here? I have to do some investigating. Anyway, more Chinese forget-me-nots, some Iceland poppies, and violas. My forsythia has done blooming. Whoops. My forsythia has done blooming. And on this planter here, I have a mixture of Love Parade yarrow and a regular yarrow, 2 feverfews, and a calendula. That bright yellow one is Jubilee Agastaki, and more patches of yarrow and some foxgloves that are not as far along as the other ones, just because the rabbits ate them sometime in the fall. I have cardoon that came back, so they are hardy here. Coreopsis, I think this is some type of iris that I found in the back, but it wasn't doing well, so I moved them here and see how they do. Something has nibbled them. What's new? Coreopsis, and this is a senesceo, Dusty Miller, that came back too. Some geraniums, 3 types of geraniums that I got from Bessie's. This one has started to bud up now as well. My Honesty plant, purple. I thought it'd be fragrant, but they're not. Well, I don't smell it anyway. Sarah Bernhardt peony that I planted as a root last year. 3 Verbena bonariensis that came back. That is a weed. My favorite plants, Caradonna salvia, I mean. This is Radibita, Mexican red hat, and Craspedia, Billy Ball buttons that came back from last year, and another type of salvia. Over on this bed, I have to deadhead all the daffodils that have done blooming. Got more snapdragons here. I have to weed them a bit. But I've seeded some common flax. Those little ones there. They grow like grass, and I was hoping that as it grows, it will cover the foliage of the daffodils as they die back. Hoping that they will give a good show again next year. The daffodils, I mean. This is going to be the bed for my dahlias. Right now I have it planted with cover crops, but some weeds have managed to sprout up from the ground. I will have to clean them up before the dahlias get planted, hopefully in a week or two. Now over here, got my Serenity coming along just great. I've got some lavender Camelot series foxglove. I think you're a weed. I have to, might as well do this now. Some lobularia or alyssum that I started from seed. Well, so direct seeded. And what are you now? Drop more. I forget, but they're like forget-me-nots, but they bloom in the summer. Salvias, I started from seed last year, and those ones are valerian. Oh, they're budding up now too. This is a new raised bed, and it has some rye cover crop growing right now, just to save me money on mulch. Not really doing that great, but that's okay as long as there's roots underneath at least. The soil is getting benefit from that. I also have this bed created in the fall, and I have some cover crop growing in there just to keep the soil covered. Duh. I'm pretty good with my words this morning, but yeah, I let them grow right now, and then when I'm ready to plant, then I'll cut them down. Now this is an Annabelle hydrangea that we inherited in the property, and it's covering the gas meter and the electric meter, so I have to prune it, otherwise my husband will whack it down. And then over here is my rose. It's a Centennial Morden rose, and as you can see, well maybe, oh yeah, now you can see that there's buds forming. I tried assessing her type of training. So basically you want the stems to be stressed so that the lateral branches have a chance to bloom. This is the bed where I have my hibiscus, hardy hibiscus, but right now we have the daffodils and the fritillarias, and they've done blooming, so I will have to take the seeds off just to see if they come back next year, because they are really pretty plants. And the rabbits seem to have left them alone. Now this is my yellow blaze rose. I don't see any buds yet, but I'm glad that they've leafed out. This is a Hesperellus. It's also known as sweet rocket, that I overwintered. Well, it was a winter sowing from last year. Got some verbascum, the one with the spike there that I need to cut down, and some salvias that that's beside the rose. And this is the fern, cinnamon fern that I planted. It hasn't come up yet. I planted it bare root in a very wet area, so we'll see. We'll see if it comes up. These are astilbes that I divided. It wasn't a spot that is not happy, so I figured it'll be happy here when it's always moist. So it is now the following day, and I forgot to film an outro and forgot to film the north side, well, south side, and I don't know what to call that side of my house, but it's not the side where my fence garden is, but the opposite side. I forgot to film that yesterday, so I just did a quick tour, and I'll just do a voiceover on that one. So anyway, thanks for watching up to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. It bumps up my algorithm when people finished the video all through the end. So thank you so much, and I will see you again. Bye.